Hello and welcome to Alex's Model Kits. This is just a quick update to let you know what's been going on with the kit I'm building at the moment, which is the Airfix 1/48 scale Blenheim, the fighter version of the Blenheim Mark 1F. This is the kit as it is so far. So we're kind of getting some progress there, but progress has stopped for the time being. There's been a couple of issues that I've run into. One is kit related, and one is not kit related. So I'll talk about the kit first. The problem I had, one of the problems I had with it was that the fuselage is made of 4 parts. So you've got the main fuselage here, sort of port and starboard, and then at the front you've got these 2 sections here which are clear. And what I found was that the main fuselage, the starboard side, had a bow in it. So the 2, when you try and join them together, it tries to pull away. And that's not the end of the world, because normally, you know, I've had that in the past, and I'm sure a lot of people have had that, where one part sort of bows away. And what I normally do when I'm doing that is I'll dry fit the front, so I'll hold it together and dry fit it, and then I'll glue the tail area, because there's quite a broad area there, and so because I'm dry fitting and holding it in place and then gluing this part, it acts as an anchor. And so once that glue is dried, obviously it still bows, but then you can just focus on, you know, what I then do is I glue from the tail up to the turret, and I'll press that and glue that together, and then once that's dried, I'll then glue up to the front of the fuselage and glue that. And because I've got that anchor point there, I know that all I need to really do when I'm gluing it is focus on pressing it flatly. Rather, it's not going to twist, it's not going to move out of the way because the tail's anchored it there. And that's generally always worked for me in the past, and it seemed to work with this. What I then found was that with the fuselage halves, the glass areas up here, neither of these fitted very well at all. And I don't know why. I can't figure out why that should be. I'm not aware of fit issues from other model makers who've made this kit. No one seems to have come up and said they've got some real problems on their hands. But for me, if I fitted the glass area to the back of the fuselage here, then it wouldn't fit in properly at the front. And on the other side, on the starboard side, because the glass actually, to just be careful here, because the glass actually curves down and around, you can't see it at the moment because it's masked for painting, but there are some glass sections here for the bomb aimer's window, even though this is a fighter version, and because it curves around, that was just out. If I tried to fit it squarely here, then this was so far out it was really not very good at all. And so I had to spend a lot of time. What I actually did was I fitted this side first as flush as it would go, and it's not a great fit. And then I tried to then force the back end in, and I can see there is a step. It's just not very good, to be honest. But the problem with clear parts is that, in my view, clear styrene is more brittle than non-clear styrene, and you can add a bit of pressure to non-clear styrene and just, you know, push it into place. With clear stuff, it does seem to be more brittle, and the idea of you just have to sort of gauge it carefully. If you push too hard, you're going to crack it, and then you can't just fill it and paint over it. You've got to look for a replacement part, and I really wanted to avoid that. So the end result is that the whole cockpit area, the canopy area, in my view, does not fit at all well, and that's going to detract from the finished model. Up until then, I've been quite pleased with it, quite happy with it, but now with the canopy not fitting so well, and particularly such a big glass area, it was always going to be a focal point of the aircraft, and it's just going to look a bit, from 2 feet away, it'll be fine. When you're getting close, you're going to see gaps and lumps and bumps in the fuselage that shouldn't be there. So that is the problem I had with the kit itself. And like I say, I'm not aware of other people having fit issues. I don't know why I've got them. I don't know where they came from. But there you have it. That's the problem I've got with the kit. So that's the kit issue. The other issue, which is not a kit issue, is more of a me issue, to be honest. A bit of a health issue, I'm afraid. I'm not going to bore you with a long history about things, but a few years ago I had a bit of a medical condition which really made a mess of my knee and wrist joints. I'm very pleased to say that that condition is gone now, which is great. But before it went, it caused quite a lot of damage to the knees and the wrists. And what I've found in the last sort of 8 to 9 months was my left wrist was getting quite sore, and that's become progressively worse to the point where it's now quite swollen, and the right one is going the same way, sadly, and that has led to quite a big restriction in mobility and quite a big restriction in strength, and I don't really feel that I can do much in terms of model making at the moment. I haven't touched this kit. In fact, this is the first time I picked it up for about 3 weeks. Just because every time I picked it up before that, it just felt like it was going to fall out my hands every single time. I did toy with the idea of putting it to one side and doing a smaller kit, but I know full well that I'm fooling myself there, and I'll end up with the same situation where I just don't feel I can properly work on a kit and do it justice. So why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because I don't have many subscribers, which is understandable, I suppose, but I know that a few people do watch this channel or watch the videos when they come out, and I do try and produce something every 1 to 2 months. And obviously if no model making is going on, then it's less likely that I'll be producing any videos for the time being. And so I just wanted to say, for those of you who do watch my videos on a regular basis, the videos might be scarce in the future, but that's not because I've lost interest in model making, and it's not because I've lost interest in video making. It's because I'm just kind of having to give model making a rest until I can get my hands sorted out. The good news is I saw my GP beginning of the year. He has referred me on, and I had a telephone interview with the specialist in mid-May, and he was quite clear about what we need to do. Basically, it's going to be a steroid injection into, I'm hoping, both wrists now. So they know what they want to do, but the problem is they can't do any face-to-face treatment until the COVID-19 restrictions are lifted for the NHS. And today's the 4th of July. It's probably a day that sticks out for some people because it's the day that we can all trot off to the pub and the hairdressers and whatever else. Hairdressers, yeah. We can all trot off to various places, and life seems to be returning to normal. But with the NHS, understandably, with the NHS, they have to be more cautious, and it looks like they are not going to be seeing me anytime soon. So really, it's good news that they know what they want to do, and it's good news that I'm in the queue for treatment, and I just have to wait and be patient to find out when that's going to happen for me. So yeah, that's the only reason I'm just mentioning it. It's just because videos might be even scarcer than they are already, but please don't think that's because I've lost interest. So I think with that, I think I'll probably leave it at that. I hope you're all well and staying safe and not going mad down the beach at Bournemouth or off to the pub somewhere. We are still in the throes of a virus going on at the moment, and we have to be sensible, unlike some, and yeah, look after yourselves, be careful, and I will see you, undoubtedly I will see you again at some point. It just might be a little while to come. Okay, thanks for watching, and goodbye. Bye.